Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Bate Escape podcast. Yep, this is real. This is not a joke. I am back and ready to talk about some shit. Oh man, it feels really good to be back again. I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? I think it's time. It's time that I get back to the podcast. It's time that I come back and have a little conversation with my brothers, new people. This podcast has been up for a while, so I'm excited to have hopefully new listeners. And I really want to grow the Beta Escape podcast this year. So I'm working on a bunch of cool stuff. I got a bunch of cool guests lined up. But today, God damn it. I hate when I start recording and you live in the hood and there's like cops everywhere. Fucking up my shit. It's fine. It's fine. You're okay. Everything's good, Beastly. Okay, cool. You know who I am. If you don't know who I am, you're new here. My name is Beastly Bader. That is my alias that I go by in the Bader community. You can find me on social. I am active on Twitter, Instagram, really heavy on my Snapchat right now. You might want to check that out. And Instagram. Instagram's cool. And also baitworld.com. I also have a new Tumblr, so you can search for that. But what's been going on? I hope all of you have been really well. There's just a lot of stuff that's been happening in the last couple of months. I feel like I've lived a whole other life, and I've kind of come out the other end of it. It's just been really, really bizarre. We're gonna get into all that. It's gonna be a really fascinating story. Um, but yeah, I just want to take this time or this podcast to really catch up with you all and kind of tell you where I'm at and what I kind of foresee this podcast uh, morphing into. Like I said, I really want to expand on this podcast and really take it to new levels and put on really cool, exciting guests for you all to kind of learn from. And I, I want to be more involved with everyone in this podcast. So I'm going to encourage the shit out of you to ask questions. I'm going to link these things. I'm gonna ask you to ask questions on my DMs and stuff because it's not enough for me to just talk about the shit that I talk about. Like I really want to have like a conversation and I really want to help answer questions. My sex coach certification training is going amazing. I know a lot of you know about that, and thank you so much for asking me about that. It's going great. It's starting up again next weekend, and I'll be done with the first half in April, so I'm really excited. Um, but yeah, what else is new? What's up? What's up with you guys? What's up with everyone listening to this podcast? I need to stop saying the word guys. I mean, when I first started this podcast, my my intention was to have it be for my bait brothers and anyone that identifies as male. But I just felt that that's not inclusive anymore. So my goal now is to really just be really all inclusive. So I'll say things like folks or you all, y'all. Fucking work on my like Texas accent or something. I don't know. Yeah, but that's my goal, to be more inclusive of anybody that identifies as a male. Because I've realized through different conversations with a lot of my great brothers that you don't necessarily have to have a penis to be a baiter. And I think that's true. I think it's whatever you identify with. It's what you have um, in your heart, I think, to be a baiter. I just think that our brotherhood is really welcoming and really inclusive of our trans brothers. So yeah, if you want to join this brotherhood and be a baiter, you certainly can. So I'm talking to all y'all. See, I'm getting better, all y'all. It's good. I hope you all have had a really great start to the new year. I am so happy. Um, did you all catch the inauguration? I thought that was fucking cool. Like, it was classy, it was chill. They got the Gaga, they got the Obamas. They had that amazing poet. I forgot her name. She's amazing. Um, Whoa, I don't even know what that was. That was like a weird little sound that came out of somewhere. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, Yeah, the Obamas and that woman, that young female that did that poetry reading. I thought that was really great. I am so happy about this new presidency. I feel hopeful again. I kind of feel like I can sigh a little bit of relief. But time will tell. I I think the only reason I was really excited was because Kamala. I mean, to be alive for that historical presidency. I mean, come on, you guys. Even if you don't believe like in this presidency, like it's pretty amazing that they have a woman up there, like a woman of color, no less. Like the holy shit. Like I never thought that would be like a thing. But it is, and it's good. And it's fun. I don't know. I'm really happy about it. Really excited about that. Because I don't support racists. You should know that about me, and it needs to be said. So, what else isn't going on? I know a lot of you found out. I told you all that I caught COVID. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. Um, I want to say that I caught it like when did I catch it? I feel like I got really sick like the last week of December. Like I thought I had a really bad cold, and I had like these plans to hang out with some friends for New Year's, and I woke up that day and I felt like fucking death. I was like, this is bad. Like I haven't had a cold this bad before. Um, and then that was bizarre because it kind of got better. Like I had a really bad sore throat and I was really dizzy. And then it kind of got better, and then it didn't. Like it just kind of lingered on for a really long time, and I was like, God, this is a really long cold to get over. And I just had a really stuffy nose, and then one day I just couldn't smell anything, and I was like, holy fuck! Like for the longest time, I was trying to deny the fact that I caught COVID. And then I was like eating something and I was trying to smell something. I was like, why can't I smell this? Oh no, it was my hand sanitizer. I have a hand sanitizer in my car. It's like lavender scent. And I couldn't smell it anymore. All it smelled like was alcohol. And I was like, holy shit, this is weird. So then I started freaking out. And I just started trying to smell everything. Like I picked up like food and drinks and creams and like incense and like perfume and cologne. And I was like, why can't I smell anything? And then I was like, fuck, I probably have COVID, and I took a test, and then I was fucking positive, and I was like, shit. Um, and that just kind of added to like this crazy like depressive episode that I was in at that time, and it was just kind of like compounded by the fact that I had like this virus, and it was just bad. It was bad, bad, bad. Which is why I didn't like post anything. I was just like not. I couldn't even get out of bed. It was really bad. I won't go into too much detail, but it's the reason why I took a break off social. I was like, I can't do this right now. Um, and thank you, by the way, for like sticking through it all. Like, I knew that I was gonna get out eventually. It it lingered longer than it had in the past, and it kind of got a little scary um, for me. But subsequently, that led me to contact help. So I'm good. Like thank you so much for your well wishes and your concerns, and I just know that I'm getting the help that I need. So that's great. And also too, like let me just like de-shame mental health. Like listen, if you are upset or you have anything that you feel could be a mental health issue, go get fucking help. And let me just say, your PCP, like your primary care physician, no, like go see a professional. um get yourself a therapist, psychiatrist, whatever you need, someone that's like educated in like mental health issues, because your general doctor doesn't know shit about mental health. Anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on. um Needless to say that during that time my baiting habits dwindled drastically. I was not baiting the entire time. Like I feel like I went like it's probably like maybe 2.5 Yeah, 2.5, 3 weeks without baiting. Yeah, that's been the longest time that I've gone without baiting. I've gone baiting like off like 4 or 5 days, maybe a week, but never 3 weeks consecutively. That was a lot. Um, and it was really funny. I distinctly remember when I kind of got over my depressive episode because I started to touch my dick again. It started to feel good. Like my mind made the connection to my penis. Like we were connected again. It was really interesting. It was kind of like a reawakening back to my like, God damn it. Do you all hear that? Like, what is happening in my neighborhood right now? I don't understand. Apologies. Again, I don't edit these episodes, or I try not to because I want them to be as authentic as possible, but that shit's fucking annoying. But you know what? Someone needs help and they're going to get the help that they need, so that's great. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so depression. So, yeah, it was really interesting how I had such, like, once I was kind of out of it at the tail end of it, I mean, episode, like, there was such clarity about my masturbation. Like it was funny. Like I just couldn't during that time. I just couldn't connect. My mind, my heart, and my penis, like they just weren't aligned. And once I finally got out of like that episode, like my head and my penis connected, and it's only now that all three are back in alignment. Like my head, my heart, and my dick. Like anytime I bait, and I feel like I might have mentioned this in prior podcasts, but I always try to bait in a very unified way. Like I'm very embodied that way, or at least I try to be. So it's like I can think about the things that turn me on. I can feel love all over my body, and then my boner is just like erect. So I try to always connect all three, and I feel like when I do, that's when I have the most fulfilling bait sessions. And when one of those is off, it's never quite as intense. And I know it now. Like I've been masturbating long enough to understand like, this one was okay. My heart wasn't in it, or this one was all right. I was kind of distracted. I was thinking about other shit. So yeah, uh, that's a pro tip for y'all. Try to just like anytime you do your baits, like yeah, like quickies are cool if you got to go somewhere, you just want to knock it out the park for a quick couple of minutes. That's fine too. But um, always try to like slow down your beats and really try to focus on all aspects of your body. Like I said, like I've really started to masturbate in front of a full length mirror because I want to see all of myself. And I might have mentioned on my Twitter that I'm slowly kind of weaning myself off using weed and poppers during my masturbation because I want to be more attuned to my own dick. Like I want to be able to turn myself on without depending on these substances to kind of push me there. And it's been great. Like it's been really good. Like I feel like there's much more clarity in my beats. Like I'm much more connected to my dong. Like I don't feel as hazy. Like I'm much more intense. Um, Plus I'm rock hard because I'm not using the poppers, so I'm like fucking erect, which is cool. That's always that's always the goal. Um, I'm looking at this photograph that I took when I was in Seattle in my bedroom, and I want to go back so bad. It's so beautiful. It's like these beautiful clouds over like the skyline of like these brown apartments. Do you ever just look at an image or something, or like read a book or hear a song? It just takes you back to a time. It's like you're like instantly transported to like that feeling, that time, that I don't know. It's good. I've been actually giving a lot of thought to like moving out of LA. I don't know where I want to go. I do know where I want to go actually. I want to visit a couple of places. I talked to a lot of brothers that are in Canada. And Canada seems like I could vibe there. Someone told me that I would really do well in Montreal, so I'm thinking about visiting that. And then someone else told me that I would do really good in Vancouver, but I feel like Vancouver's a little bit too chill. Like I need more of a city feel, and that's why Montreal comes in. Um, Chicago came to mind too. I definitely want to go back to visit Seattle. I also want to go visit Portland. I feel like I do really well in Portland too. I don't know. I know I'm moving somewhere. I don't know when and I don't know where, but it's gonna happen. I should be more specific. I need a fucking like, what do you call that thing when you put on the wall? A vision board. Yeah, a vision board would probably help. But this image is kind of like my vision board. It's good. What else has been going on? I'm back to masturbating. I'm back to tweeting. Um, did I mention you can catch me on all those socials as Beastly Bader? Just type of Beastly Bader and you'll find it. Um, oh, here, listen. Here's another thing that I want to talk about. I I get that my shit is public, but I'm very cautious about interacting with people that are under the age of 18. Listen, I adore young men. I feel that you can read my blog entries and you can follow my Instagram because those things are very more PG than all the other things. So please, please, please stick to those areas and leave the X-rated stuff to grown-ups because yeah, I adore you all, but just help me out. Like I don't want my shit to get shut down. I just want to spread love and I want to make a positive impact on our Bader brotherhood, and I can't be doing that if people are reporting my shit. So there goes another cop or ambulance or whatever. That's a lot. That's not normal. Okay. I don't know what's happening. There's some shit happening right now. I hope everyone's safe and I hope everyone is doing well right now. What else is going on? So yeah, so I'm back to my sex coach certification, and that's going really well. There's a lot of reading and a lot of writing actually like, goes into the sex codification. Like we have to watch a lot of like demonstrations and we have to practice certain skills that we're learning, like certain tools, not skills, tools that we're learning. And we have to practice with one another because practice makes perfect, but we also get like feedback on it to see our professors read it. So that's really cool. And that's been really interesting. I find it really fascinating. I love reading a bunch of books. I'm reading a bunch of like sex books and learning a bunch of learning a lot. There's this really cool book that I'm reading right now. It's called The Erotic Mind by I believe his name is Jack Morin. Uh, yeah, Jack Morin, The Erotic Mind, PhD. It's a really cool book. It's very dense. Um, I often find myself having to like reread a couple of shit. But if you're really interested in how the erotic mind, unlocking the inner sources of sexual passion and fulfillment, if you're curious, you should pick it up. Um, and then let me know what you think of it. Or if anyone's read it already, let me know. I'm very much in the beginnings of the book, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest. It's really fascinating. Um, there, yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool book. Again, I'm doing a lot of reading, and I'm in the thick of it now. Um, so I hope to accomplish that this year. I feel like this year will be like a year of really big changes for me, which is really exciting. Um, I'm back to writing articles for the Beta blog, which is really cool. I just wrote one recently that you might want to check it out. It's I wrote about our betas and the theme of connection. So that's a really cool one. I had that idea ran around in my head for a really long time, and I was like, oh, I just couldn't. I don't know. I just couldn't bring myself to write it in my funk. That's when I know when I'm like better because it's like oh like I feel energy to like do these things again that bring me so much joy, like recording this podcast and writing articles and reading and masturbating. Like those things bring me joy, and I know that when they don't, I know there's something not okay that's going on, and I need to take some time to figure out what that could be. Um, what else is good? How are you all doing? I want to know what you all are doing. Like I always ask on this podcast how everyone's doing, and I never get any feedback. But really, I care. Like, I want to know how my brothers are doing. Like, is this shit that I'm talking about like empowering you? Are you learning anything? Are you being inspired? I don't know. Like, I want the feedback. I want the dialogue. I want us to kind of interact. I want us to build a better community and all that good stuff. Um, what else has been going on? Valentine's Day is coming up. That's cool. I actually have something really cool planned for Valentine's Day. It's a surprise for now. But I hope that you all really enjoy it. It's going to be a really fun thing that I'm putting together. I'm really excited to bring that all to you all. It's going to be a good one. How are all your baits going? Is everyone practicing daily? Come on now. If I'm going to be your baiter sex coach, you all need to start practicing masturbation every day. Okay? It's like it's like working out. It's like eating healthy. It's like going to see your friends. It's like going to see your family. Like, you have to make time to get in your masturbation. Like, put it in your schedule if you're really busy, but you make time for all these other important things in your life. Like, sex needs to be equally important in your life. Um, and I can go on and on about the benefits of masturbation, but let's just cover a few. Okay. It helps with body image. It helps with being brave. It helps with your courage. It helps with being more social. It helps with self-love. It helps with um, getting a better sense of your masculinity. It helps empower you through your manhood. Like, it's just like there's so many different benefits. It's safe sex. It's social. You can do it with buddies. You can do it with your partner. You can do it with a lover. You can do it with lovers. You can do it in a group. You can do it at a party. You can do it in your car. Um, as long as you're safe and as long as it's consensual, masturbation is great. Masturbation's changed my life, and that's what I'm here to tell you all about that. So yeah, I want to know how your masturbation practices are going. Do you need help? I'm here to help. Ask me a question. You know, I may not know everything, but I'm more than willing to do some research to get some good information for you all. And I'll be the first to know that I don't know everything. So if you ask me questions, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm gonna go research it. It's just what I do because I'm your beat bro, and I want to give you good information. Um, what else to if you guys are reading books, okay, I know I've mentioned a couple of books in the past, but there's so many different betas that you can read if you're really interested in getting a different point of view of masturbation. You can read all the books by MB Timothy, which is our beta brother. You can find him on Twitter. And also to I just got connected to another beta that's written a couple of books called Jason Armstrong. um, and okay, fun fact, I'm talking to him about having him be on the podcast. So that's a surprise for you all. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I asked him and he said yes. So that's going to be that's going to be a treat for me. And like one of his book, Portrait of a Masturbator, is one of the first books that I ever read when I started doing when I started doing when I started really focusing on my solo sexuality. It's an interesting book. He's a pretty interesting guy. You guys should check it out for sure. Um, what else? What else is going on? It's been getting pretty rainy in LA, which is nice. Although it gets fucking cold as shit in my apartment, and I don't know what's wrong with the heater. Like, it just won't work. Like, every time I turn it on, like, it just I don't know. It just doesn't work. I need to call my landlord or some shit, but I'm too fucking lazy to do that. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as this podcast goes, I really want to get in a habit of updating on a more regular basis. I think that I'm gonna have to change the the frequency of this podcast. So in the beginning, I was basically recording a podcast every week, but I'm just getting so busy now with sex coach training and work and writing and all these other things that I might have to change it to every 2 weeks, or I really don't want to do it monthly because I feel like that's too long apart. So I mean, I feel like every 2 weeks would be like a good cadence. Like 2 episodes a month feels doable to me right now. Um, and hopefully more people, um, catch on to the podcast, and listen to it too. So, there's a bunch of other episodes to this podcast. So please, I encourage you to check out the ones, the very first ones that I started with, like season one is a really good season. Um, just so you get more acquainted with the things that I talk about. If you're brand new to this, that's a really good place to start. Who are you following on Twitter? Anyone sexy? Um, I love interacting with y'all on Twitter. It's probably one of my favorite places to talk to y'all because I just tweet about all the shit that's in my head, which sometimes gets so weird. I feel like I'm too a fucking obscure random, and I'm just like, oh, no one's gonna get my tweet. This is what I think about when I tweet my shit. Um, I'm trying to work on my Instagram a little bit more. I really want to get that more hyped. So if you all want to follow that along, it's a really good one, or at least I try to make it good. Um, yeah, I feel like this episode might be a little short, only because I want to. This really just was an episode to kind of fill you in on what's been happening the last couple of weeks since the last episode that I did. I feel like the last episode I did was with Kosher Pig. If you haven't checked that episode out, that was really fun. But that was a while ago. That was back in November, I think. So it's been like 2 months since I've actually recorded. But everything's fine. I'm healthy now. I I've retested for COVID and I did test negative, so I'm really happy about that. I can go get a haircut. I definitely fucking need a haircut. It's bad. Um, and and that's it. Everything else is good. Lots of reading, lots of writing, lots of working. Back to working out, which is really nice because I feel like it's true when they say like when you work out, like it releases endorphins, and endorphins make you happy. I think there's a lot of truth to that. So I'm really excited to be able to um, get back to working out. Plus, also too, like um, if you're not inclined to work out or if you don't really like it, I think one of the main secrets that I've learned about working out, which has made it much more pleasurable, is the idea that while most people work out because they hate their bodies, the goal is to work out because you love your body. Like, and I think for me, it really comes from a place of um, like being humbled and privileged. Like I'm so privileged that I'm able to use all my limbs. Like I'm able to walk. I'm able to use my arms. I'm not disabled in any way, so I'm really grateful that I'm able to use my body to work out and be healthy because there's people out there that aren't able to do so. So um, there's this really cool thing that I've been doing every morning, which is when I wake up, I just start to practice gratitude for everything that I have in my life, and it's made my days a lot more enjoyable. Like for everything. Like I'll literally wake up my eyes and I'm just like, yo, I'm grateful to be alive right now. And I'm like laying in bed. So I'm just like, I'm grateful for this bed. I'm grateful for this pillow. I'm grateful for this um, bed covers. I'm grateful for this apartment. I'm grateful for this shower to give me like warm water. I'm grateful for my job that allows me to pay for this apartment that I can keep safe in. So um, that's a really cool thing that I've been doing that I think I want to start to get into journaling. I think that'll be really cool so I can like look back and read about the things that I'm grateful because right now I'm just saying them out loud. I'm not really tracking them down. I think that'll be a really nice next step. I don't know though. I have a mental roadblock with journaling for some reason. I used to do it a lot, but I don't know. I feel like I can't bring myself to do it. I hope that you're all are having really great baits, and that you are really taking some quality time out for yourself for self-care, because you can definitely consider masturbation self-care. um, and I know it might be a little hard because I, I'm starting to understand like a lot of you that hit me up are still kind of living at home, or you all have roommates. The majority of you are still living at home. um, but don't let that stop you. Like when I was a teenager, I was jerking off all the fucking time. Like I had a room, I'd lock that bitch, and I'd be going at it. I really enjoyed when I was in high school. I'd love to jerk off like right before school. Like every morning, I would masturbate, jerk off in the shower, and I would get, go to fucking first period. So don't let that stop you. I mean, you might not have the luxury of taking a lot of time for masturbation, but definitely get it in. Um, and if you do live alone, or you are able to spend more time to focus on your masturbation, like I really encourage you all to like make an event out of it. Put on music that you love, put on porn that turns you on, masturbate in a comfortable bed or a sofa, whatever you feel most comfortable in. um, get a mirror if you have it, get some albaline, coconut oil, whatever tickles your pickle, and 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 have a ball. Take the time, like really, it. Don't rush your beats. Take as long as you need your beats to be. If it takes a fucking hour to jerk off, then it takes an hour. That's just what it is. Um, so keep it up. Your sex coach is rooting for you, and I hope you all have a great day, week, um, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're listening to the podcast. I appreciate you all. Again, I appreciate the continued support of everything that I do. Um, and I appreciate you reaching out on social and getting all your wonderful direct messages and questions and comments and feedback. I love it all. Um, I'm here for you. Ask away, and I will try my best to get back at you ASAP. All right, brothers. Happy baiting, and I will see you in the next episode.